Hello everyone, Scoops here, welcome back to some more Tangle Tower. We find ourselves here at the lowest level. The last episode oh man, what didn't we do? These like fish? Are these more like shrimpy things? Or like leeches? I think they're leeches actually. Anyway, that's a distraction. Yeah, we find our way into these lowest levels. I feel like we're getting real close to discovering the actual secret, partially because there's nothing else to go. Nowhere else to go. Things we know so far is that Freya, apparently at least, was not stabbed with a knife, because there's no knife found. Yeah, it was suggested that she was stabbed through the painting, because there's blood on the painting, blood on the painting, but we discovered that she was painting with blood for some reason. Intentionally or not, we don't know. So it's possible that she's still alive? We'll see. There's a secret diary that suggested she found her way into the kind of like underbelly of Tangle Tower. And what else? What else? What else? And she did apparently leave us a note to get underneath this the harp and the kind of thing there. So yeah, we are in, I guess, I'm assuming probably kind of close to the last chapter. I'm not totally sure what I should do right now. Let's just look around a little bit.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can.
Let me guess. Blank.
Unroll it. Ooh. Ooh. Study. Rooftop guard. I knew there was a thing in there. Misted Mansion. Misted. Misted is how they referred to those, like the creatures, the birds and stuff like that, right? Pipe there, music room, aviary. So yeah, there's definitely something in there. Can I touch it?
Study.
Yeah.
Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
Right.
How did we miss it?
Been blocked off.
The Grand Hall.
What's that?
I think it's that big glass tube.
Yeah.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context.
Yeah, they've added on.
It's the aviary. Music room.
The library.
Yep.
Storage.
It's Freya's
Freya's
room.
room. Yeah. What is this? Nothing? Is that anything?
Misted Mansion. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower.
Before the towers.
The towers?
This looks suspicious.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently.
So,
Yeah.
Apparently.
And these rooms?
that's the room we're in. It's not labeled as anything
I
else.
think it already existed. when
Ooh,
this
already
thing-
existed.
It's the
What?
room above us.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
Okay. That's spicy.
This
Okay, here we go.
seems pretty significant.
I'm happy this happened because I wasn't sure what to do from this point.
Agreed.
Misted Mansion, north side cross section. A roll of parchment on which the plans for a grand mansion have been drawn. A horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and a second marks where it is now. I'm assuming that's The mansion has been built on top of a large structure above the lake, supported by pillars. Freya room is listed as storage. A loom-raven study is in the center. Ooh, are we going to be able to get there? Is this all the clues we have for this section?
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Let's go. Gotta be. This is where it's all revealed. We're gonna get stopped.
Wow, it's.
Oh yeah, it's
dark
nighttime
all of a
apparently.
How long were we down there?
Beautiful.
sudden. This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Pull it. Leave it alone. Come on. Okay, so I do want to bring this up, just because I think it might be relevant. Where's Freya's secret diary? There we go. Okay, it's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Don't know what that's about. Found my way into the middle. I think this is where we're going, so I bring this up. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. That part I kind of frightened for. But everything I still the promise to keep, I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. Let's go.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Heck yeah. Ooh, yep. That's loud. Gonna tone that down. Sorry. The hidden heart. Find your way into the secret room. Well, this is welcoming. Okay, let's start with the battle axe
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the
with
wall.
an anchor that was there.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Yeah. Will it show that?
An axe
No.
and some... I'm more worried about the one that isn't there.
Boiler room?
An incinerator built into the wall.
Generator.
It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
That was on Poppy's side, if you remember, it said the wall was hot.
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
Feather, the ink tip feather. Burnt items. Not much more than a pile of dust and ash. Among the ashes are several black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible. Red? The red coat with black buttons. Do we know anybody that's wearing that? Red coat with black buttons? Maybe.
It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Okay. I knew there was something here. That's exactly Freya's painting. It has the lines going from each thing. Central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap to the center. I only see 3. Okay. Smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure, Detective Hawkshaw. Button. Oh. I think I ever noticed that. But yeah, if you look at Freya's painting, you can see that's bing, bing, bing. 1, 2, 3. What that means, I have no idea.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
Nice.
Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah, they're on the inside.
Whoa. On the inside. Ooh, that's creepy.
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Yeah, what's this? Several pages have been ripped out, but few remain. 5th ambassador located. Ambassador? 5? Eyes crossed out? Located, finally. I can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend to the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom. Nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know. It's time. Okay, so this was probably Professor... I already forgot the name. Pointer, potentially. He was the one doing all the experiments, we think. Talking about Freya getting in here.
Someone's been using this room.
Go talk. Ooh, the study.
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
I'm not totally sure that might be the case.
Know.
At least I can't think of it. This part I don't know, but one I definitely know is this. This, I guess we're looking for a page that has that torn. Do I have that? Like, am I blind?
That's not right.
We're looking for... I think it might have been found.
Oh! Okay, never mind, I see it.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
Oh, that part I
That's
didn't.
why Freya made that painting. But it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
No, still 2 things to go through and find out. Is there anything else here?
Is that a...
It's got a
Also,
Oh.
crabs normally have 2 claws, right?
I didn't even think of that. Whoa, here we go.
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
Like the towers? Some zoo can be rotating, claws can be opened or closed. Wait, what? What is happening? Okay. So I can move these things. Are these like clock elements I can move? Yeah, party! Okay, so if I do like... This part I don't really know. I mean, I can make like a... It's supposed to be tower? But then that's not really helpful, is it?
I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This
Yeah, okay.
crab really reminds me.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
Oh. Something in the case file, they said? Okay, nothing here. Oh, here we go. Children's book. Okay, so we're like open and like kind of to this side, and then this one's coming up a little bit. Okay. Yeah.
Is that
It's
it? Also, crab...
This has to do with my memory, and it's not very nice. So that's right angle, but kind of up like this. And this one was like this.
I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think
Okay,
we have all the
almost.
information we need in
Have
our
to come up one.
Perfect.
There we go. Finally. A crossbow. That's what was missing over here?
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
Oh, and it has the hook thing on it. Oh.
What is it?
Yeah. Weapon.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me.
Yep,
I
it's
wanna
missing the
know what
real
happened to
thing.
the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
We found them already.
It is the real thingy.
I think that might... But not this
Oh,
part.
wait. Wait, hold on, go back. Can I go back? What did I hit at the top? The lens? Yeah, okay. Well, this was looking quite like a murder weapon, in which case it would be Professor Pointer. There's something over here. Metal rod. Yep, that looks like it to me.
What do you make of it?
Not sure.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
True. Okay, what about over here?
Who are all the people in
Not
this...
sure, but it looks like their eyes have all been crossed out.
Okay, so we know who all these are. Oh wait, at least I think we do. Photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old. The brass plaque at the base of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people had their faces crudely covered with black ink. The Poppy... Penny? Actually, wait. Yeah. I think I know all these people. These all the F people? Or... No. Fitz? No. Okay. I think it's Poppy. Maybe? No, it doesn't really look like her, though. But kind of does.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Hard to tell.
Well,
Looks like
the
it might be
woman on the
older.
left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Parents? Ooh. The murder. I'm still not sure. I would love to come in with confidence being like, yes, I know who it is, we're doing this, but I think I'm gonna have to fumble a bit.
Time to solve this.
Great.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Straight ahead. Because, from behind Freya.
It was fired
No, not
from
from behind. What am I saying?
Wait,
No.
I'm confused.
Me too.
That's
Okay,
the wrong...
So where was it fired
That's
from?
behind, in front of Freya. That's the one. Like, from this direction.
Wait, I'm confused.
Me too.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Wait. That's what it was. She came from this direction. Because she was... Oh, but it didn't ruin the painting. I guess above?
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait, the arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying
Is that
on
where
her
the
back.
wound was, though? But it was in her
Doesn't matter.
chest, wasn't it?
It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless...
She was already lying on her back, which I think was the case. Because, yeah, Yeah, I remember they made a note about how she just, like, didn't seem to struggle, like she just made her way onto her back.
Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
But
I
why?
think so too.
I don't know. While unconscious, she was relaxing. I feel like it's an unconscious thing, but I don't know.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
Oh, it was the gramophone.
The gramophone.
Right.
But
That's
the
why it's all
gramophone
cracked.
by itself can't do that.
Poison gas. It was the music being played. There was something in the gramophone. I think there's something in the gramophone, and I think it was the beetle that releases the loud hiss, which then was amplified by the gramophone, thus causing everything to crack.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
It was the beetle. Do I actually have that? How would I specify that?
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
Yep, everything cracked. Maybe
Those
this.
cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range
Earmuffs.
too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
They protected themselves.
How?
Earmuffs.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
Yeah,
Beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment?
that part I
Hunter's
don't know.
research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
Not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
Maybe
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
gruesome. My God.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering
What?
me. I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Okay, let's go. Pretty sure it's Detective Hawkshaw. That's my suspicion this whole time. What? No. Yeah. Painting was discovered to be blood. Da, da, da. What are we looking at here? Yeah.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Do they feel threatened by the feather? Maybe? Are they like enemies? The only thing I could think of. But with blood. The red paint was swapped out with blood. No, I don't know what to do.
The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Ooh,
Look.
wait, what? Oh. Wait. Present towards the ink dip, listen with the life alone. Feeding it habits and usually eats the seeds of the Tantum amica.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Mix all the colors you need for paint. Red stones, the palette and brush is discovered to be blood, not paint. That part's still not explained to me. Why did she paint with blood? Just a red herring by the murderer?
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found that. We found it in the ashes. Nope.
We found it somewhere else.
Into the ashes.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how?
And wanted to destroy
How
their
was it stolen
clothes.
from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
In the unfinished painting? The egg?
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Okay, do we? That part I don't know. Does that have something to do with this? Damn it.
That's not it.
Damn it.
That's not it.
Okay.
That's not it.
Damn it. I hate when we get to this point where I just feel like an idiot. It's okay. It's okay. What else do we know about this?
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
Okay. Okay. They blended the breast out of the murder so that the ink dipped feather. No. Okay, it was dripped onto the canvas from... What else do we have here? Potted plant, sketch, Laura's head. What? So we're looking for a different color then? Is that what it is? This yellow paint? Would that be useful for her? It was a mistake by Freya because... Sketch. I don't
Yellow
know.
paint
That doesn't seem
was a
right.
mistake
That
by
doesn't make any
Freya
sense.
Because the sketch of something sitting in the window, almost.
Oh, that was almost? Was going to be used this paint.
The yellow paint
Okay.
was going to be used
Never
to
mind.
paint
I should have
the
some confidence.
sketch
I knew what I
of
was doing.
something
All the
sitting in
time.
the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Damn it. I was worried to do that. Something in the window. Oh, the birds. Get son of a... Oh. Gonna take a lot of editing to figure out if I'm an idiot or not. Or to make it look like I'm not an idiot. It looks like the bird. So that's the one that was sent to retrieve the flower, or... Yeah, the
There
feather
she is,
then.
our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did,
There she
but she's
is.
a very good listener.
Hello? Look at her
Well,
names
now,
were...
I think this has quite served its
Ooh.
purpose, don't you?
It. Just kidding. Penelope?
Why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin,
interesting.
isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
I leave her
I'm afraid I have to insist. It's to the benefit of us all, I assure you.
Well, that's extra weird. What? Also, real thingy?
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice for Freya. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Justice for Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
She's a mystery. She's lonely. That much we probably are sure of.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
Is now. The attic? The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside.
Oh. What do they find?
Let's see how thorough you've been.
Oh, crap.
Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Yeah, it's like I think it's like a bird or creature, animals of some kind.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
God. What? I think something that answered her questions. Group photo?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5, completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision.
Yeah, why does this have to result in Freya getting killed? Although she did say Freya is 19, which might mean nothing, might be something.
There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
Golden Beetle.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
Ha! It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, Before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
Oh. I keep editing those down because they're extraordinarily loud, but maybe this one I'll leave in just so you guys know. I'll give you a warning. Will of Freya Fellow. Will, it can't just be that.
Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
The art?
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Really? That's really loud. I'll have to edit that down too. Did I have to do that or did I screw up?
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fit saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Wow, just like that. Hot damn. Okay. Woo. That was good. I mean, I got definitely like parts of it, I will say. Like I definitely knew that it was Detective Hawkshaw that did it. Well, I shouldn't say definitely, but I was pretty sure. Yeah, I wonder if there's ways you can do that a little bit differently. Like if I do things better, will you catch her? Although I'm pretty sure there's DLC coming out for this, or like a part 2 of some kind. So maybe that's when we go catch Penny. But yeah, that's gonna be it for Tangle Tower. I hope you guys enjoyed. I had a great time with it, and yeah, I hope to see you again next time with the next series, and probably whenever the next game of this comes out, because I definitely want to play more of that. Whew. Take off, my friend. You've aided a murder. Unintentionally, though, so it's okay. Whew. Alrighty. Yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you again next time. Have a good day. Bye.